En logoiwek alak kokayai tuyet en betutab rani President William Ruto ak kandoik chebo motwet nebo ripsetab kalyet en emoni ole kaimuch kosulda niton en kotab bororiot Nairobi. Alak en kandoik choton koboto minister en ministry nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen, sirindet en ministry nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Raymond Omolo, Inspector General nebo Police Douglas Kanja en kwen nebo kandoik alak. Akot kounoton kemuch kobor telelet President William Ruto kotinygei ak nebo kerib imanda agora ngatutik chetelelchin biikab emoni missing ko kerib chametabgei ak kikimit kalyet ak kibagenge. Kamwa President William Ruto kole kibendi kekusyin ko ngatutik chetelelchin banwek chebo oret asikemuch keistoegei ng'emetab malikab biikab emet agora kabetet nebo sobonwek cheu chekokibaorionji en wikit nekosirtoi.
We will have a conversation with the judiciary and all the other actors, members of parliament. I think it is time we have a law that will regulate how we carry out demonstrations in Kenya. We must protect the right of those who want to demonstrate, picket, and protest. But equally, we must also protect the right of those who don't want to participate in the demonstration. They want to go about their business. They want to go to work. They want to do their, they want to carry out their other responsibilities. There must be room for everybody. And as has been suggested, we must have places like what happens globally. You know, protests cannot be in other people's businesses. Protests cannot be in schools or places where people are doing other things. We must have designated areas with time, place, and those organizing. And those organizing protests must be decent enough to provide whatever it is that is at issue so that it can be attended to. So I am sure Parliament is going to provide the legislation for us to make sure that all the provisions of the Constitution are respected. Protests, as per the Constitution, must be peaceful and must be undertaken by people who are unarmed. What we saw last week were riots. They were not protests. People armed with all manner of weapons, threatening the police, beating up citizens, burning shops. That is not what is allowed in the Constitution.
En kasaratan kokimiti President William Ruto kole wendi serikalitab emoni koker kole kakimuch kerib chametabgei nebo afisaekab police tugul chen kasarta age tugul kokusyin koker kole kaimuch koribok kalyet nebo biikab emet ak kora malik amakingem.
Let me also tell every police officer who wakes up early, puts their lives on the line to be able to secure our children, our families, and our nation, that as you do that, we will equally, and we are equally obligated to make sure that we secure your families, your children, and yourself. And the government of Kenya, and myself as president, I will make sure that in the discharge of your duties, every security officer is equally secured by the people of Kenya. We cannot have a country where criminals are running after police officers, where police officers are fleeing because their lives are in danger. If the life of a police officer is in danger, then whose life is safe? The moment we allow the life of a police officer who is supposed to secure our children and our families to be in danger, then our children and families and nation is not safe. Let's just put it that way. And therefore, we have a responsibility and an obligation to make sure that those who secure our families, children, and nation are secure themselves. Yes, you cannot secure others if you are not safe. And for our men and women in uniform to be safe, we must give them the equipment for them to be safe so that they can secure our nation, our families, our properties, and our children.